Hello, I believe we are now live. Hello and welcome to the stream. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, since I've done pretty much anything with the channel. Been at least a month now, so I appreciate all your patience. I decided I was going to do something a little bit different for this live stream. I was going to stream Startrek Resurgence. Now, I've had this game a few months. I have played it a little bit on another console. I tried to sort of get into it, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to save this for a live stream. So that's what I'm doing now. The game itself, I've heard, is very good, very accurate to the Star Trek that we all know and love, not New Trek. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting title to play. I will be playing it on my PlayStation 5. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio, the sound, or anything like that. Just give us a holler over the chat. And if you like the stream, please just remember to give it a like. So yeah, let's crack on with it. First and foremost, I think I'm just going to set up. So just bear with me. I just need to set something up. I'm being amateur, as amateur as they come, it would appear. I hope you're all okay. Let me know in the comment section how you guys are doing. I'm dealing with an insanely slow laptop, so just bear with me. It's like the world's slowest laptop. I don't even think it's a laptop at this point. So yeah, we're going to get going in just one short moment here. Oh, there's such a pain in the backside. Hopefully everything's okay. Right, let's get into it. All this live streaming business is very difficult to get your head around, because you're never exactly sure what's going to work and what isn't going to work. Let me just see. Good morning. If it is still morning, it is indeed still morning. Good morning, Zell. Iro, such a good game. Well, I have, like I say, I have played a little bit of it. I've just decided, you know what, I'm going to save this for a live stream, because I wanted to live stream this game since I heard it was being made. Just on watch mode. Good morning, Dangerman. Good to see you again, sir, and it's good to have you here again, sir. Thank you for joining me. It's kind of an impromptu live stream. I wasn't really planning to do it, but I thought, you know what, let's just go for it, shall we? Oh, I do I do despise YouTube at times. Right. Let's go for it. We're going to play Empty Slot. So like I say, I played this on another console. So let's just go for it. Begin a new game. Hopefully, I won't get punished for showing this game. Dramatic Labs. Now, I believe these guys, I think they started with Telltale Games, the guys behind Walking Dead and whatnot. But I don't think this is the Telltale game. It's from Dramatic Labs. Oh, you see?
Captain's log, stardate
that's a shuttle.
31.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy. The nature of the universe. Change is inevitable.
Is it me, or does this feel like a real captain's log? You know?
Good.
Like someone sat down and thought, you know what? I'm going to write this captain's log. This is how I'm going to say
Our
it.
new first officer is en route to the Resolute.
Not like you're constipated with drama.
I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Oh, I love those uniforms as well. It's the Deep Space Nine First Contact uniforms. I do love them. Let me know if the audio's okay. This is a bit loud for me, actually. I'm going to go deaf if I'm not careful. Oh. Ha-ha! Fastest button presser in the West.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
You don't like flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
There's a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
I'm guessing, I seem to recall the green box is good. The red box is they think badly of you. And there's a grey box where they think, oh, alright, they're neither here nor there.
To my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this.
Ah, nice.
If she's had
Miranda
the
class.
she could become when she was a cadet
Oh,
at Starfleet
that's
Academy.
Excelsior class.
She'll be the
Oh, this is just lovely. Is that an Equinox? That's an Equinox variant, isn't it? Oh, now these are ships, aren't they? I'm having complete brain fade. I don't remember any of this. I can't even remember whether I actually played it. I'm fairly certain I played this game, but oh, that's ship porn, is it not? That's the way it should be. This is Starfleet. This is what Starfleet is. Ah, this is a Nova class. Thank you very much. Now I remember. Yeah, this is coming back to me. Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is amazing. Examine.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
I think this is probably as close as you can get to actually being in the world of the Federation. You know, you can't see all this in shows and stuff because the set building would be immense, but oh wow. You'd hear all the bumps and
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway,
A little
I
bit of
finished in the
forced
top
exposition
20.
here.
Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the academy.
Let's not be a dick.
There's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough.
Oh, you know when you got a sneeze coming,
Set my mind to it, and it paid off.
and then it doesn't happen. You're like disappointed.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
Oh, 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 oh. Over there. Yeah. Got a ring like mine.
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before.
Let's be
I
nice.
just came
I'm gonna be
off
nice
Glad
in
to be
this
on solid
playthrough.
ground.
The pleasure's mine. Ensign,
Paul Calloway.
good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
I believe this is where we need to start moving. Moving. Wonder if... Hold on.
Good day, Commander.
Just bear with me. Good day to you, sir. Wait, did you just walk? Oh, you did walk past me. What's that? That's the Resolute. Oh, look at it all. She's walking like she's put heat spray on underneath her arms. But hey ho. Nice. How difficult is it really? If you're creating a new Star Trek show, how difficult really is it to keep the aesthetics? Why couldn't we get again? Yeah. So just read that. Why couldn't they keep this? This looks amazing. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's oh wow. They have to change everything up and modernize it. This is modernized, is it not?
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
I'm not sure you can say that these days. I'm looking for someone with blue skin. Hey, that guy. He's that guy over there with blue skin. Andy C. Not heard of this. Just checked for PC version and Epic Games. It has it on sale for £25.35. I know what I'll be doing this weekend. Mate, I cannot fault you. Talk to lost crewman.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Oh, you're right. Nerves must be getting to me. Thanks so much, Commander.
I was wondering if he was going to say thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, look at this. Oh, wouldn't you just I'm sorry, wouldn't you just love to be in this world? Oh. Information.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Okay. It has 4 docks. Oh, ponytail. Don't see them too often in Star Trek. Maybe Dax.
Excuse me. Have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
Oh, someone with green skin as
Thank you.
well.
Happy to help, Commander.
Zell, you think the classic aesthetic and storytelling style would be cheaper as well than the lens flare seizure-inducing aesthetic of style of modern Star Trek? Oh my god, the lens flares. I'd almost forgotten about them.
I'll
Replicated
replicate
meal.
myself a meal once I'm on board.
I mean, you know, if the fairy tale is right and replicators really are that good and they don't produce unhealthy food or anything like that. Oh, someone with red skin. Very diverse. We've had an Orion, a Bolian, and I cannot remember the name of that species. Maybe it's a new species.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you'd think that replicators would be the best thing since sliced bread. And they'd be able to make sliced bread as well. What's in there? There's nothing in your cups! You need to go back to the replicator. Maybe that's why they're looking a bit depressed. They've finished their drinks. There's the Bolian. Oh, can't get through there. Let's go and talk to Mr. Bolian. Commander Mott. Mott! The barber! Except it's not Mott, but I get where they were going with that. Mott.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermott, Operations Officer on the Resolute.
Ermott. Jan Ermott.
Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
Let's be
It was a bit
modest, shall we?
Otherwise, okay.
Modest.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky. The USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium.
Zell,
there was a runaway reaction.
that Bolian facially looks like the principal
We thought we could reach
Strickland.
It was more than she could handle.
No, you're right. You're right. Looks
Well,
like
it's our first officer and
Strickland.
22 of our crew.
Mr. Strickland.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other.
Let's be
That's what it means
sympathetic.
to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss.
It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
Let's be a good commander. How's the crew?
It's been 6 months. What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward.
Mr. Strickland.
If not, move on. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solana for quite some time. And I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Thank you. Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
I appreciate it.
Starfleet has assigned us a high priority mission.
I got a green.
In the region. I'll let the captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Imagine standing there and seeing that great big ship. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Oh. And lift. This looks like the guy from Ant-Man, Michael Pena. I got a feeling he's about to say, give you us a long story, you know what I mean?
Just the thing.
Plasma torch. I'm going to guess the plasma torch is this one here. Yes! Oh yeah, it's alive! It's alive, baby! Right. Oh, we get to do some work. I don't think I got this far. Right, stick. Oh, you got to keep it in there. Oh, there you go. Wait a minute. I'm working on a shuttle. That's amazing. Oh, this is so much fun. Sweet. See, really, this is all I want a game to be, a Star Trek game, is just walking around. I remember playing Elite Force, and when you were walking around the ship, it was so cool. Yeah! Bloody hell, even the dialogue sounds like classic Trek. This is just classic Trek. The lower decks.
I thought the thing was totally fried. Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Yeah, I'm not rushing. I'm gonna play in the shuttle bay, thank you very much. Use... Oh, right, you can run. Hey, you can run. And what's this? Oh, I can take... Ah, is that a coil spanner?
Maybe we could figure out where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, baby. Right. What shuttle names we got? Baffin. We got Baffin. Oh, I'm not going to get very far in this game. This is a disclaimer now in this stream. I am not going to get very far in this game because I'm just going to be exploring everywhere. Oh, this is amazing.
Carter Diaz.
Ptarmigan. I was guessing that's a silent P. Oh my god. There's so much to do. That's it. I'm staying here for a bit. Melville. Right. No, I am not hurrying up. You're not rushing me. Let's go over here.
Everything okay?
I dropped a non-ferrous connector between the coils. Gonna have to remove a few of them to find it, and then...
Ooh, then another hour of recalibrating.
Time's a wasting.
I'll leave you to it.
My god, it's so cool because they thought about all these little things that can happen. Like, oh, I dropped a coil spanner.
Hey, Diaz, can you give us some help with the transporter?
Yes, I can.
What's the problem?
We need to test this cargo
Oh, that's
transporter.
so good.
I've never been that
I
great
love
with
it.
signal plotting.
I got it. No problem.
Select waypoints to create a path through the ionic interference. The line connecting the points will lose stability if it passes through the interference. The yellow bar indicates the stability of your path. When full, you will succeed. Use R to aim and hold R2 to select and drag waypoints. Okay, seems good to me. So we've got to... Yeah! Look at me! Being Mr. Starfleet man. Shall we go south? Let's go south, see if we can... Oh, through the interference, look at that.
No sweat.
I could be in Starfleet, me.
Whoa, whoa, hey, buddy, get off the pad! Don't tell Chovak.
Not a word.
I think I just messed up. Right, where else we got? What we got? Oh, there's more. I can't access those though. They look like they're in the wall. Right. Let's. Oh, probe. We gotta sort the probe out. Oh, this is amazing. I'm having a little bit of geekgasm here. Oh, gotta put it in there. Oh, yeah. There we go. I love it. It's so interactive. This is great.
Oh, these are heavier than they
I'm like a giddy little kid right now.
Zero G. You're welcome.
Oh, this is amazing. Right. Inspect the probes.
So clean I can see myself. And you know what? Not half bad.
I don't mind a few little quips here and there. Hold on. There's more. What's this? Inspect the shuttle.
Corrosion in there was pretty extreme. Nothing I couldn't handle, though.
I think she's stopped nagging now, so that's good.
This storm looks pretty bad. Just another reason why we need to get this ship ready.
I need to get this game, Zell. I need to get this game. Even though I love Star Trek Online, it does lack that sense of immersion that I want from the Star Trek games. Yeah, I completely agree, Zell. This is so immersive. It's brilliant. Storage containers.
Place for everything, and everything in its place.
Nice. Thank God she stopped nagging. Come on! Oh dear.
Someone gonna fix that?
It would appear everything I touch in this game just breaks. Right, are there any more pointers left? Oh, one more. Didn't someone want a coil spanner? I bet you want a coil spanner. Yes!
Diaz, have you seen a hyperspanner around here? Oh, hey, there it is. You're a lifesaver, Diaz.
Well, I don't know about that, but I try.
This is great. This is so good. I just want to stay here in this place, and I want to get a shuttle, and I want to take the shuttle out, but I don't think the game will let me. I don't think it's there yet. But just imagine being here. It's great. Right, let's go talk to Miss Impatient. Let's go. Oh, there's more. There's more. There's more. Oh, you've conveniently blocked off of the corridor with all this. Busy engineer.
That LT can't be blocking the corridors like this.
We'll clear it up once we finish the delicate work. Good looking out, though.
Oh, this is great.
Good to see her fully operational again. And if she breaks, we'll just fix her.
The game's jittery, but
gives you access
it's not bad.
Cargo storage all the way to the turbo lift.
Not after the retrofit. Bulkhead cuts it off at Section 2. New computer reroutes.
So then...
I'm thinking we'll have to do the work in that tube. Then take the turbo lift from Section 2 to Section
You know what? This is this not love? This is love. This is what I'm talking about in my videos. this is love for the world that you're in, that you want to be a part of. Ah. This is headache-inducing
I heard the new XO
bliss.
won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovok called us down for, it's something good.
This is a soft
I
drink,
can
by the
never
way.
tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
Ooh, this is beautiful. All I'd want is to explore this ship, sod the story. Yes!
We got here before.
A free roam mode would be amazing, would it not?
We were just...
Oh, look, there's a warp core.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late.
I love that
We
they've got
are all
the
hands on
petty
deck right now,
officer rank.
Which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edzelar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
Ah,
So, I don't
we
suppose you
greened
want us
him.
down
That's
here to
good.
check in before we go off duty?
Green is important.
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance.
Do we get to go outside on the hull?
Ionic interference we are experiencing are
Oh, you gotta stop teasing me like
The ship
this.
must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood, but many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Let's be cocky.
Whatever it throws at us, ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparation.
I'm getting
because
joygasms from seeing this, says Zell. I'm giddy as a child at Christmas. So am I, mate.
You have your orders.
This
Do not delay.
is
Yes, Commander
that.
Chovok.
phenomenal.
All
Absolutely
hands on
phenomenal.
deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovok said. You know what that means?
Did he just look at the
Wow,
camera?
the brass know
Is that a bit of a fourth wall moment?
So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
It all comes down to us, Nelly. We're the ones who will get it right.
Don't forget to leave a comment in the
Isn't just
chat,
any old
and
refit
I'll
or
read it
any
out.
old relaunch.
And
Whoa.
steady on, mate.
Excuse me.
Well, is that Mr. That's Mr. New
A lot
Guy,
of
isn't
new
it?
faces coming on.
Look at the it's the EV suits from First Contact.
That's for sure.
Oh wow, they look amazing. They all look. Everything looks screen accurate.
They'll know what to do when the time comes.
Oh, this is
I prefer the
great.
scientific method. Evidence over assumptions.
Evidence
Hold on.
over assumptions.
There's an
Ah,
old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda.
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her
sweet.
back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Let's be nice.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
I think he just did it again.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's
I got a
not
green
bad.
from her as well. I'm getting good at not insulting
We can
people.
give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Put the helmet on. Yes. Get that helmet on.
Here.
I'm sorry. I know I'm geeking out right now, but they look so good.
Back into security rotation.
They look amazing.
We're running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Why? Oh.
Good to go.
God, why can't this just be what Star Trek is
See you on
now?
the other side.
What's so hard about it? I don't get it. It makes me. I'm furious, but I'm also like so happy right now. It's kind of bittersweet, you know what I mean? Oh, I think I'm going on a spacewalk. Ah, this is so cool. Hey, come on. Ha! Ah!
That view never gets old.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
No one is crying and everyone
You'll have
is
to forgive me,
professional
I
at
don't
their
know
job.
much about Kobleons, but my understanding is you need a
I'm
steady
almost
supply of
crying.
iridium to keep
Tears
your
of
cell
joy.
structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. Then we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Okay, here's a question, and feel free to put it in the comments. If you had access to a replicator, what meal would you order? What am I going to order?
Just a sip of something.
Oh, I've got to order a Raktajino.
Decisions.
Yeah, there's no easy call. I can go and get myself a tea or a coffee, but I can't get myself a Klingon coffee.
That sure has a kick.
Oh, I can imagine it does. My dad used to make a coffee, and I call it the heart attack beverage because it was just the strongest coffee. It was great. It's one of the things I definitely miss.
Most prestigious assignments possible, and you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrit Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
Nice reference. I assume this is post Voyager.
The only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But
Modesty's the way.
Hands full with the refit.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't really know the details.
Starfleet has been kind enough to keep the story contained. Probably because they want to protect me.
A ribeye steak, 1.5 inches thick, cooked to a medium rare with a side of roasted veg and potatoes.
10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate.
You, sir, are speaking my language. That sounds amazing.
What would have been the crowning achievement of my career?
Oh, lovely.
Right there. Within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed it too hard.
This is like watching a new episode.
Overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility.
You know, just another thing.
It was my decision to make. And I have
The
to
ship
live with
is
the
well lit.
consequences.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True.
All the ships look
As
brilliant.
captain, my
All the
job is to
sets.
mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say we might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches.
Oh, it
Certainly
looks
not on my
amazing, really, doesn't it?
Once we
For
decide
such a
on
small
course of
studio.
action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
Let's be questionable.
And what happens if they don't?
There's a chain of command for a reason. And we all have our orders.
I get a
That's
feeling
true.
I'm going to go grey or
Everyone on
red
this
with
ship
this.
should know that.
Sometimes the occasional reminder doesn't hurt. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake.
I'll be sharp.
Or at least I don't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space.
I got a feeling I know who that is.
Previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove...
Were the
Resurgence
devs
and crew are
secretly
truly
working with Rick
capable,
Berman or
but
Michael
also
Piller? I have to wonder
a
because
mission
this
for which
is a
we're
Star Trek we
uniquely
deserve.
qualified.
100% agree.
This ionic storm. The long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details at the rendezvous.
But are we prepared to embark on the mission?
As much as I'd like to think that's true, I have my doubts. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Humble.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see
God,
that
this
it
looks
happens.
amazing.
Thank you.
Come. Let me introduce you to the crew.
Green! I got a green. My goal is to be liked and to do the best I can. And then I might do a second playthrough where I'm just a dick to everybody. This is amazing! I'm not following the captain yet. I'm going to have a look around. Shall I have a look around? Let's do it. I can't go any further than that. Well lit sets. Look at this. You can see what's going on around you. Turbo lift, can't go in there. I can't run either, so this might take a while. But it's not the destination that matters. It's the journey. Nope. Can't go in there. Controls are a little clunky, but I forgive it. I really do. Wouldn't you ever want like a AAA Star Trek game? What's that? What's in there? Oh, we found the bridge by accident, but we found the bridge. What is wrong with that? That is gorgeous. It's even got a little bit of the old Enterprise
If I could have your
D
attention for a
tactical
moment.
station curve.
I'd
I like
to
that.
introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of.
Well,
Cocky.
what he
Nice.
lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our chief science officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Looks like a dick, but hey ho.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian.
That's a beautiful
Looking forward to
bridge.
meeting you
It
for
bloody
about
is,
as
isn't
long as I
it?
can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time.
It's just the the
And I
noises
look
as
forward
well.
to learning as much as I can from you.
Let's be nice.
If anything, the honor
I
is
think they're all
mine.
nice, but
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a
Why
standard
not?
to strive for.
You really do know a thing or two about me. I'm glad I could inspire you, but it's important to chart your own path.
Thanks. You can count on it.
wow.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please do
Mr.
everything you can to
Strickland!
make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase.
He shall now be known as Mr. Strickland.
To get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
The bridge is yours. Sit in the captain's chair when ready. I'm just going to take this in for a moment. I am playing a character on the bridge of a starship in Star Trek, and it's Star Trek, not New Trek. Look, I'm 40 years old, and this is still making me happy. Look at it. You can see the bridge. It's got lighting. Not a flamethrower in sight. How is this difficult? Zell, it's all in the details, even down to the L-Cars display. This game is a labour of love. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. This is a labour of love. I'm going to walk around the bridge of a starship.
Communications keeps us in contact internally and with other vessels.
And not any sign of new Uhura. Hi guys! You probably don't know me. I'm the Chief Communications Officer on the Enterprise, the flagship. And you probably don't know me, but I'm the one who directs all your communication. I'm not going to go down that road. Let's enjoy this experience. Van Zandt, I was about to say, finally some real Trek. My friend, you couldn't be more right. Look at this. The view screen.
Impressive range of view.
Ah, I think it's a window, which I'm not too keen on. I can forgive it, but it's like a projected display as well. But I can forgive the window. I'm not keen on it, but that's turbo lift. Okay, what we got here? Can't go that way. Oh, the Master Systems display.
So many decks, full of crew that are now my responsibility.
The only criticism I have of that, and it is one tiny one, is it's not massively detailed. Apparently I had a missed call on my phone, but it's from a number I don't know, so just leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Turbolift could take me anywhere on the ship, but I'm right where I need to be.
I wonder if this ship actually has... How do I describe this? I wonder if it has... It's like a TARDIS, you know, with the decks. So Michael Burnham can fall through the ship forever and ever and ever and ever through the turbo lift shafts, which is this big empty... No, I'm not going to do it. Big empty space. Right, let's talk to Udar Mac, Mr. Strickland.
Operations, staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermont.
Just another watch nerd. The devs are probably Trekkies. I work in tech and there are a lot of Trekkies. Well, yeah. I'm just going to pause it for a sec. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. And here's what I think about it. Technology, advancement of civilization. First, you must be inspired. If you're in the tech industry, doing anything, programming computers, building computers, industry, building machinery, science, anything, mobile phones, SSDs, ECUs, anything like that. You had to have been inspired at some point. You had to have been inspired by something at some point. And I can guarantee you, Star Trek had a huge, huge part to play in that. That's what people like. Yes, I'm one for great stories, interesting science fiction stories that are inspiring and clever. Yeah, I'm all for that, but the world that the creators created, this is it. This is what it's all about. This world, this level of immersion, this level of love for the universe that they're in, the understanding of the technological concepts that they have. How to use a laser torch, a plasma torch, how to use an isolytic converter, a coil spanner, these things that people sat down and thought, you know what, there's technology out there. In this world that we've created, we have to think of a way around things. We have to think of a tool, to come up with a tool to solve a problem, an engineering problem. This inspired so many people to follow a career in the sciences, in production, in manufacturing, in engineering, in tech, in programming. And we get games like this that have serious love for the source material. This is what matters to a lot of Star Trek fans. This is what matters to a lot of Star Trek fans. Yes, you got the Drinker and Dave Cullen and all the other YouTubers are like dissecting the story. Fine, and I completely agree. It's what I do in my reviews to a certain degree, somewhat less intelligent than them, sure, but to me, this is the world of Star Trek. You tell stories within this world, you tell good stories within this world, you've got yourself a freaking gold mine. But New Trek doesn't do that, does it? No, of course it doesn't. You have flamethrowers on the bridge, you know, pyrotechnic displays. No, don't get, yeah, you always had that in Star Trek, but not flamethrowers coming out the fucking walls. You know, science is magic in New Trek. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we've not even really started this game, and we're 55 minutes into the stream. And there has already been so much that has kept my attention and made me feel like I haven't felt in a long time something new in the world that I absolutely love and would inspire me to do things. Just another watch nerd. You must be proud of yourself right now because you sent me on a rant. I'm sorry, but New Trek doesn't do this. It doesn't give me these feelings. It doesn't do it at all. They don't understand what it is. This is what it is. This is what I am here to play. This is what I want to see from new Star Trek. But I'm never going to see it. Okay. Looks like we've got some character bios here. We've still got 2 more to get, according to this. So we've got Captain Solano. So rant over. There'll be many more, I'm sure. Captain Solano was reassured by Jara's modesty and leadership potential after their first meeting. Jara made a good first impression with Commander Urmot, coming off as inquisitive and appreciative while showing empathy for what the crew of the Resolute suffered. That's what I was going for. Well, that's what I was going for. Ensign Calloway was grateful for Jara's sense of humour when he was nervous on the shuttle flight. Carter. So, yeah, you're playing as the 2, I imagine. Miranda felt encouraged by Carter's warm reception when she first arrived aboard the Resolute, holding out hope that there might be some chemistry between them. Again, no harm in that. No harm in putting a bit of romance in the game, because they've already laid the foundations to be able to do it convincingly. And it's not focused on that. It's a side story. It's a side issue because it's not a romantic drama. It's a sci-fi show. And you can tell any story you want as long as it remains a sci-fi show. And true to the world that it's in. Lieutenant Commander Chovak found Carter to be respectful and responsible when he and Edsalar, got it, Edsalar. There's a lot of, you notice there's a lot of merging of names. There's a lot of little references here and there. I'm picking up on them. Edsalar, Dr. Salar, you know, Umot or Unmot or whatever his name is. Or Urmot. Mott, the Bolian barber. Which I always found strange because Bolians don't have no hair. The irony. Every Bolian you see has no hair. The irony of that one who's a hairdresser is, or a barber is really funny. Yeah, found Carter to be respectable and responsible when he and Edsalar were almost late in main engineering. Okay. Come on then. Let's I'm so sorry. I don't mean to go off on rants, but it's like I said, it's bittersweet. Tactical station.
Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready.
I wonder if this game will let you dogfight. I'm not going to the captain's chair yet. Let's go to the helm.
The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't wait to see what she can do.
No sign of them for a Facebook Queen either. No sign of that. Any of that nonsense. science station, where the science is.
Science station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude. I'll have to speak with him later.
I wouldn't mind speaking to him now, if I could. He seems like a dick, but that's okay. Right. What about my chair?
The first officer seat.
Sorry about that rant.
Right now,
I know that's not what we're here for.
Captain Solano.
Let's go! Oh, sitting in the captain's chair.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
I get to give the command.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Oh, wow. Oh, we're back outside.
The storm is getting worse.
Yeah, baby.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
SIF. Structural integrity field. Okay. Oh, look at the giant nacelle.
Every time we're out here.
Imagine, I'm sorry. Imagine you are doing this.
It adds character.
You're in an EV suit and you're outside on a ship in a space dock in the middle of a plasma storm.
Outside of the ship?
No.
Wow.
Sometimes it feels like we're just part of machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
Yeah, of course I do.
Like
Starfleet's
anything.
an open door. We just have to walk through it. You wanted to get away.
Green?
I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be.
It's an interesting,
Diaz to Commander Chovak.
interesting line of thought, that, isn't it?
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Oh, I get to do some engineering work. This is amazing. Ah, look at the tools. No one's toolkit ever looked this good. My toolkit doesn't.
Beginning recalibration.
Align the SIF. Right. Tune nodes to center the circular indicators. Right. That's...
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
I was a bit worried that I didn't do it.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
Impressive.
Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside.
I am the Chief Dick Officer.
Better than just about anyone.
Let's feed his ego a little bit.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This
Bit
is
of
a research
sarcasm
and
there.
discovery ship, first and foremost.
What a very
Now,
impressive
former
set.
tactical officer
Do that with my
assistant
kids
first
sometimes.
officer.
Very impressive.
I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or
Sometimes. I'm not that mean.
case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario. But
It's a valid point. He's being a dick, but it's a valid point.
My well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland.
What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this game so far? I know some of you said, "Oh, I'm going to go out and buy this."
I mean no disrespect.
I think you should. I think the physical media copy is coming out in October.
He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends.
Let's be modest.
I only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
I think you like that.
Captain Solano is on the starbase. Let me give you an update on this
Oh,
ion storm we're flying.
I got a grey, my first grey of the game.
Unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Uh-oh. We got a red alert.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Oh dear.
Tracing its trajectory. Starbase docking.
At the ready.
Holding. The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami. Reading power abnormalities all over.
Red alert.
Aye.
I got to call red alert. Yes, I did.
Evacuating main gangway and retracting. Putting sensor visualization on screen. With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our...
Sorry, I'm a bit
We
sniffly.
can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave.
Uh-oh. I'm going to have to make a decision.
We only get one shot at this. We can't.
Ah! Random!
Right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
I'm going to go deflector
Commander
pulse.
Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already working on it. Optimal time displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command.
Ooh.
Now.
Boom!
We got it.
This is it.
All hands, brace for impact.
How's the sound?
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
And we can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Sounds easy. I'm up for it.
We've reached the first access.
Massive inbound energy waves are just the
Do you see the override
worst.
for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Hey, it's meaning that I can fix the ship. I'm all for it. Right, what we're gonna do here?
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Okay. Interlock 1. Yeah! Interlock 2. Yeah, I'm fixing the ship, baby!
Engaged.
Yeah, baby!
Sure. I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Oh, we got to pull out the isolinear chips. Boom. Oh, yeah. It went in. Oh, yeah.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Yeah. Decent audio, although a little quiet game-wise.
Heads up,
Let me see if I
Carter.
can do anything about that.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming
How's
right
that?
toward us. I'm
Let me know if that's better.
My phaser.
I get to use my phaser. Oh, yeah. I just phasered.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up,
Oh, it's amazing.
you know.
Right, let's go. Use your phaser to clear a path. Get my phaser out. Oh. Yeah. There you go. Oh, I shot the ship. Whoa. Whoa. Little sprites. The little sprites. Whoa. Try not to shoot her. Well, you really got to do some evasion here. Nice. I'll try not to phaser the other ship, but... Whoa! Whoa. No time to stop and smell the roses.
We're almost to the regulator.
Whoa. Nice! Nice bit of phasering.
We're at the regulator point. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
Come on. Oh, the spinny things from First Contact. Oh my god, you can tell that they love Star Trek.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
Right, so what am I doing? I think it's the white one. White one's got to be brought into line. No. Oh, well, this is weird. Oh. I don't think the blue one's right. Yeah, look at that!
The EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chobot can...
Oh dear. You scratched the paint.
the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
The docking clamp isn't functioning. We're exploring our options.
The option is to detonate the emergency release.
Commander, hear me out.
No, it's not.
Reverse the polarity of the
I got
hull,
greens.
which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
Captain, you brought me here because you trusted me. Can you trust me now?
You better be sure you make the right decision.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Clear. We're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
We're going to reverse
Starbase,
the
stand by.
polarity.
We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage.
Oh no, I pissed the captain
Yes,
off.
Commander.
I pissed the captain off.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh hell! Ah! He made it. There you go.
Mark.
That was actually really close.
Grab my hand! I got you.
Thank you.
See, a woman saving a man
Plasma imbalance
doesn't need to be a big deal, does it?
We are
It's just a person saving a person.
I got it.
Go on, mate. Go on. Go on. Come on, come on, find the strength. Yeah.
Look out!
Ouch. Nice. Good job I know my PlayStation buttons, isn't it?
Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have
Oh, you really have to pay attention in this game.
Mr. Diaz, the situation
I'll read comments in a sec.
Triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edselar there to access the interior.
Okay,
Roger
let's
that.
go.
Go in there now.
Oh, this is so good. Come on.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Hey, she's awake.
go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
No. I will not.
No time to fight me on this. Get in there.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
I don't mind getting electrocuted. Get it out! Ow! Oh!
We made it.
They're safe. Bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
And there you go. I just commanded my way out of a position. I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna get fired from Starfleet, even though it's a career, not a job.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Oh, look at that.
Let's
He's
get this
he's even burnt and dirty. Look. Oh no.
Got one wounded at my location.
He's got a crystalline entity tattoo on his face.
You don't look so good.
Oh, this is amazing.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now
He's
let's
definitely
get
Michael
interesting.
Pena, isn't he?
Great.
So I was outside on the under the cell, and I was talking, and I closed it, but then it opened again,
Status report.
and I told her.
Air crew made it inside.
It's
EPS flow is back
it's
to
like that,
normal
isn't
levels.
it?
The SIP is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermont?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Oh, it's bollocking time! I'm going to get my ass kicked. As you can tell, look, it's in her face.
You disobeyed my orders.
Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
Well,
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry
say
for
sorry.
that, Captain. I
you
did what I thought was...
disobeyed my orders. And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my
Worried about his
credibility
reputation.
on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
There we go.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order. But you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
Put your ego
You might have
aside.
won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bit my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak
But
is
yeah-
more complicated than you want to admit.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to pause it a minute. It's rant number 2 of the stream. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. So far, this exchange between Solano and Rydek, I think that's the names. So far, do you notice that it's been, what's the word? Mature. Don't know why I said mature like that. Mature? It's been mature. Look, you weren't there. I was. You put me in command. You put your trust in me. Solano shouldn't have issued an order based on no facts whatsoever. Or based on 50% of the facts. So Rydek, and me playing Rydek, made the right call. She was there. She knew what she was doing. Solano's the idiot there. And she tells him, look, you got to put your ego aside and trust me and trust in the people around you. And there was a mature sort of... Actually, yeah, to your point. Not behaving like children. And saying, you're mean, you shouldn't be saying those things, and being nasty with it. She's being professional. There's professional behaviour there. This game is setting off all the right feelings with me. And I don't know about you guys, and I don't know how many people are watching, actually. The stream's not updating the information on the stream. So I know it's a scheduled stream, and people don't tend to come to those because they're busy with their lives. They don't know that it's coming. But this is amazing. This is thinking about the finer points of decision making, and the finer the little nuances. And this is portraying how people would actually react. It's giving you an option to be a bit of a dick or to be professional. And I'm sure if I chose the options that would make me seem like a cocky bit of a dick, then it would show in the crew. And you can see the positive and negative reactions of the crew to your behaviours. Imagine someone trying to make a cohesive, coherent Star Trek Discovery version of this. You couldn't do it because the moral system wouldn't work. Van Zahn. So, when they thwart the threat, do they all hug and cry and tell each other just how lucky they are to be in each other's lives? Sorry, wrong meeting. I like that one. Yeah, do you know, I'm even invested in the story and characters. Do you know what? As am I. I am invested in these characters. I like these characters. It seems to me to be... They already seem familiar. Yeah? The only one that I couldn't recite, and I'm looking at the screen now, and the only one I couldn't recite for you is Lieutenant Bedrosian. But simply because I didn't quite catch her name. But this is... So far, we've played an equivalent of one episode. And I already know the senior staff's names. You know? That is interesting to me. Van Zandt, a diplomatic, intelligent, professional vibe to the character's conduct. Precisely, exactly. They're all professionals. They're there and they're being professional. Man, this game is good. So I entirely agree with you. This game is hitting all the right points. All the finer details and nuances is literally everything we ever wanted since 2005. Just a bit of intelligence, a bit of thought going into it. Not, oh, character goes here, does this. This is the consequence and everyone has a cry. That's pretty much all New Trek is. Right, if you'll just excuse me for one moment, I must visit the bathroom. I shall be right back after these messages. Be right back. Misa back. Yes, very, 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 very good. Dangerman has left to make a captain's log. No, man, I just took the piss in bucket loads. Captain's log. That's so funny. Right, let's carry on.
And if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either.
There you go.
I never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to you did what you had to. That'll have to be good enough for me.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes,
so this is a respectful and understanding command structure, is it not? It's respectful. This is a nice little ship, that is. All I ask is a tall ship.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission
the music.
Is always full of possibility.
Absolutely. Completely
The
agree.
Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Oh, the noises.
Captain on the bridge.
Getting stuttery.
Sit, everyone.
Sit!
You all know. I'm not
Good boys
big
and
on
girls.
Speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
This is awesome!
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Oh, do I get to give the order to engage? Please let me say engage. You know, engage, not, I wish to make the ship go. God, it's like its own little episode. This is amazing. This is simply amazeballs.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
I get to say engage!
Engage.
Oh, yes.
effective.
He just called me simple but effective. Shit in the chair.
Whoa, careful.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look fine.
She didn't check her ring. Uh-oh. She needs more Diridium.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
I've got to get to sickbay now.
Commander, help me get her inside.
Ooh. That is one hell of a watch. Sorry. What's the time?
2 minutes more and it would have been the shortest 10 years on
3 o'clock. Sorry.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your Diridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
rare. I know.
Rare.
I was going to say special.
I was going to say special as well. Rare and
Despite the
special.
Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the Diridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming.
I am reading the chat.
Maybe even a burden.
Having a conversation about
it does make
the Resolute being a Centaur-class starship.
I'm honored to be called
and I believe it was first seen in Deep Space Nine, started season 6, because it was actually called the Centaur, and it was Charlie Reynolds' ship, friend of Ben Sisko.
Agree with his methods?
I think it was a friend.
I don't
something.
agree with his definition of
It was attacking them when they were on the Jem'Hadar ship.
My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll.
That's right, Dangerman's got some knowledge in it.
Operating in the pressure.
Hated doing that, sorry.
Mind, which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake.
Keep forgetting I have to watch this.
Further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. The breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on.
I think after what happened, Captain Solano's learned his lesson. And whatever ambition he once had is on hold for a while.
He may say that, but we'll see what happens. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge.
I've greened the Doctor.
It took guts to defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And everyone's curious about the new XO.
It's a small ship.
Your cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Diridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
Then, my work here is done.
My work here is done. At least for now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be lurking outside of sickbay.
Creepy!
So
He's a creepy dick.
Out here. We were all worried about you. Or I should say I was. I wasn't sure what was happening at first. But then I realized it was your condition.
I'm totally fine.
Much better. Thank you. It's just part of who I am.
I don't like the totally fine. I'm totally fine.
Who I am. So, I'm sorry for that. You trusted my intuition earlier, with the deflector pulse. I felt I should thank you for that.
Well, thank you for coming. Even though you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
Not so much of a dick after all.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else.
Chief Petty Officer Pina.
That's the combination of hyronolin and lectrozine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing. She's come by a couple of times to see you already. Be brief.
Pina's gonna get lucky.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall. You did take one hell of a shot, though.
I hear you've been checking in on me.
Yep, that's the one. You are my kindred spirit. This is why I know we would have a good chat over a few pints. You're not wrong. I assume you're talking to me.
Too, by the way.
If not, can I come?
It's just us right now. I had a chance to think about this while I was away.
I tend to have...
It was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse, leaving it unsaid.
I tend to have a ridiculous eye for detail, so Trek has always been a goldmine for me.
Then come on. Just spit it out.
I'm trying. Let me talk.
Not much to do in this game, or did I miss something?
We've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore.
I don't think it's that kind of game. I'm going to say how I have feelings for you too.
You don't have to
I do want to address this comment. Yes, I was talking to you. Good one. Nice. Excellent. Not much to do in this game, or did I miss something? I don't think it's that sort of game. It's a narrative game. It's made by the same people, not the same company, but I think there were a few people when Telltale Games shut down. There were a few people that went off to do this. No, they obviously, it shut down. They lost their jobs and everything. They went and did this instead. And then Telltale Games were brought out by someone else. Or what was left, the IPs were retained by someone else. So there's two separate companies. This is made clearly by Star Trek fans. So this is a story-driven game. It's an interactive Telltale style game. The thing is, if you're gonna give more to do in this game, it wouldn't be an interactive story game. I'd love to see a Star Trek game where you could interact more and affect the world around you, but you have to incorporate technology and what that can do. And you're never going to see that you're never going to see a AAA Star Trek game. It's just never going to happen. Where did they keep the agonizers on this ship? Sorry, wrong universe, or is that too much of a deep dive? Well, he's got a goatee, but I think that's just a goatee. Like mine. I'm not evil Dangerman from the parallel universe. It's dialogue-driven narrative archetype stuff. Exactly. Any moment now, the funky jazz music will start playing in sickbay. Nice. Let's keep going.
I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is? If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
Let's do it.
Are you kidding me?
If it doesn't work out, you can always transfer to another ship on the other side of the quadrant.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to.
Unsurprisingly, got a green.
Wants to get back to his old self.
Of course.
See, sickbay looks like sickbay, doesn't it?
See you again soon.
It's brilliant. Quality reference spotting award goes to Dangerman. Thanks, mate. Yeah, this is one thing I can get. Warp that looks like warp.
Atari space. Helm, bring us out of
That's amazing.
impulse.
It's not inducing epileptic seizures. She would even enter the asteroid belt.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain.
Let's find that diplomat.
Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal.
I get to do this. There you go.
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
This is amazing.
Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening. Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Yeah, we will. So I get to do this as well. Oh, Mr. New Guy.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Sorry. Just read that comment. Sorry. Composure. Composure. Zell. Mirror Universe Dangerman would be clean shaven, but with blue hair. In a top knot! Not a man bun. Oh, in a man bun. And worshipping the Ultra Michael Burnham. Yeah, I suppose Mirror Universe Dangerman would be quite the soy lefty, wouldn't he? Imagine it. Shall I see if I can channel Captain Manbun? Love it, Captain Manbun. Shall I see if I can channel some parallel universe Dangerman? Well, hi there, guys, and welcome to the stream. Right now, we're gonna play this goofy old Star Trek, the kind of Star Trek that's outdated and isn't relevant anymore because it's not sort of not inclusive enough. And there's people of all races, creeds, and colors, but it doesn't include the non-binary people. And there's no Michael Burnham in this, okay? I don't know where Michael Burnham is. Where's Michael Burnham? I'm furious because there's no Michael Burnham, okay? I'm back to regular Dangerman. I didn't enjoy that at all. Sorry. I may have just insulted a few people there. I don't know. I don't care though. I can't help but notice the captain looks and sounds too much like Omni-Man from Invincible. Talk about double hard command section. Kneel to the Burnham. Emerged. It's emerged. No. Oh, I can't say that. It's like so totally cringe. Kneel. Yeah. Oh, Trek is problematic. Trek. Damn right it is. Yeah, it is problematic. Do you know why? Because we didn't give a flying fuck about these people's feelings back then. It was Star Trek. It was the way it was. And it's the way it should be. Oh! It's a USS Excelsior shuttlecraft.
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Oh yeah. I'm going to lock onto that shuttle. Where is it? There it is. Stabilize. Yeah, baby. The Shuttle Grayson from the USS Excelsior. Nice. Nice.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Get out! You are not supposed to be there! Oh, this is amazing. Right. I'll get to your comments in a section in a second. I'm just moving some asteroids. Go, 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 go. Oh, nearly hit the shuttle then. God, I just love it. I feel like I'm in it.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Ryder, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Plot. Plotting an intercept course, so bear with me.
53 Mark 17, 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Got it.
A bit of asteroid starship slicing, I like that. Nice. Using the saucer section as a blade. Yeah. Oh, they are clapping. Not sure why they're clapping. I don't think they'd be cheering. Be like,
Shuttlecraft on board.
oh, that was close. Well done. Good lad.
Way down to meet them.
Yeah, the cheering was a bit much. I would tone down the cheering. I knew it was. I have.
So to speak.
Ambassador Spock.
Let's go. Ambassador Spock.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
I'd be like this too. Be like, it's Spock, everybody. And it's proper Spock. It's not teenager Spock.
Apologies for the landing, Ambassador. I was operating the tractor beam, sir. I take responsibility.
Our arrival was the smoothest part of our journey. Your artistry with a tractor beam is commendable. We thought we were prepared for our arrival
Spock
in
just
space.
said I'm really good with the tractor beam.
Robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So
to some degree, we've just described Steve Shive's Trek reviews. Yeah, can't say I disagree with that. How a character identifies is not a character trait. Story must come first. Absolutely right.
But in practice, we find it is not.
Onboard diagnostics can be wrong. I can take a closer look at your shuttle systems to get to the bottom of it.
I would appreciate that.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical. Petty Officer...
Carter Diaz. Sir.
Thank you.
I think I've just impressed Spock.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
I would call that a good day at the office. You've just met Spock. Okay? Proper Spock, not new Spock. And he's just complimented you with a tractor beam, or your abilities with a tractor beam, and he's called you logical. I'd call that a good day.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff.
Hello, I'm Spock.
It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend.
No emo Spock. Good, yeah. I don't like emo Spock.
Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
We need experience.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. 2 formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed.
Oh, I love this. The ship hum as well.
Ilidia and Hotari. Ilidians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Ilidians have shared a mining operation there. The Ilidians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Ilidians from their system.
Oh dear.
That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Ilidians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Ilidian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
If we could convince them, it would restore the peace. But we would need the Hotari to accept a difficult compromise.
Made all the more difficult by the emotions flaring on both sides, no doubt.
Neither the Ilidians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Ilidians as a source of dilithium.
There you go.
That certainly changes things.
The Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
That means the Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far, Commander.
We are completely neutral in this matter, on neither one side nor the other. Any suggestion otherwise would compromise our position. Given the Federation's involvement...
I didn't impress Spock, but I didn't piss him off, so that's good.
I must make every effort to appear neutral.
I think he's hard to please.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Ilidian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity, and they took it.
That would also explain the Ilidians' restraint.
And reason to learn as much about the energy anomaly as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught at a disadvantage of our own. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Yes, sir.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone
you notice his
capacity,
his Vulcan ear is proportionally pretty much the right size.
Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to
They don't look big and stupid, and they're parallel to their head, not out like that.
She
Like
certainly
new tracks.
goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case. It would be unconventional.
I'm honored to be included in the negotiation process.
You're not just included, you are instrumental.
Well, I hope.
I didn't please Spock.
Than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect of peace may very well depend on it.
Ambassador Spock. I don't know why I keep defaulting to Connery. Ambassador Spock. Thank you. Wow. Navigational complexities.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with. I am not the chief engineer of this shuttlecraft.
The Ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Hold
I'll
on.
leave you to it.
A woman could learn from a man who heard of such a thing. You can't do that!
Yeah.
Even Chobok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one. You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many...
I am sorry. I am sorry. There it is. There it is. Definitive proof that this cannot exist in New Trek. Jesus Christ. These people are normal people in this game. They're normal, average, regular people who serve on a Starfleet ship. The guy has earned the right to do this prestigious thing that he's earned it because he took a energy blast to the face. And she's grateful to him for saving her life. It could have been her. That's understood. He's not browbeaten for stealing her fucking thunder, which New Trek would do. I think you'd agree. New Trek would definitely do that. Let's catch up on the chat a little bit. Let's see. It has gone a bit too far. Also, why did we have to know that Klingons have double tongues? Oh, God. Well, thanks very much. I had almost forgotten that. Now I'm traumatized all over again. No emo Spock. Good. Do you mean beardy spoken word beatnik Spock? Zell, that detail has always made me feel bad for Dax. Well, I mean, Dax is at least, she's well versed in Klingon behaviours and everything, and she's pretty tough. Personally, I'd feel bad for Councillor Troy if they ever made it that far. They may not have made it that far. May not have got to experience the double dong. maybe had one in Hull and one in the slump. Not reading that one. I went on Trek cruise for the first and probably only time earlier this year. It was the DS9 30th anniversary. It was bizarre to hear Nana Visitor say that she likes New Trek. Well, look, people will like and dislike whatever they want. At the end of the day, if you think about it this way, if you badmouth things that you used to do or used to work for, the company can cause problems for you. Okay, CBS Paramount will cause trouble for these actors. Look what they did to the guy who played Echep. Now, whether or not you agree with anything he said, I personally couldn't give two shits what he said or how he said it or what he meant or anything like that. You look at what they've done to him. They have cast him out of Star Trek entirely. He's banned from Star Trek conventions. He can't go there anywhere. It's Manu something, isn't it? And he's banned. Now, he's been saying some pretty controversial things. Fine. Okay. But it's a small step from there. It's a small leap to suddenly start saying, oh, New Trek sucks when you're part of the Star Trek universe. And I think that would be not very beneficial to their careers if they have one left. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry. What I can only imagine she's trying to toe the party line, which she has to do, really, or get a part in one of Kurtzman's vile oncoming projects. I think that's the case with most of them, but I do believe that some do approve of New Trek based on the statements and attitude towards the fans who have been critics. Just look at Marina Sirtis. Yeah, turn the game volume up. I think it's already at max. I can turn it up a bit. I'll have to turn my headset down. So it's already blasting my ears off. This is all fairly new to me, so bear with me. Bloody hell, that's still loud. That is as loud as it will go. There you go.
Time. Call it.
That's as loud as it will go, basically.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for.
Right. No, I've done that. Yes, it probably is, to be honest. She's writing a book about women in space at the minute and interviewed the actress who plays Burnham as part of this process. Oh, dear. I saw a chat with Nana and she's babbling about being a woman in charge, blah, blah, blah. Totally lost interest in her because of that. Yeah, why talk about women in charge? Well, why talk about the fact that Kira was a woman in charge? Why talk about it? It was self-evident that she was in charge, aside from when Cisco put her in her place. When Cisco wasn't around, she was in charge and she was commanding. But she was vulnerable as well. And that's something that a lot of women in New Trek aren't. Vulnerable. A lot of characters aren't vulnerable. All the men are stupid and racist and xenophobic and bigoted and big-headed and cocky and basically just kids. And all the women are like amazing. I just think, you know what, this game, I've got respect for the Commander Rydak character, okay, the one I'm playing, and I've got respect for the captain. I can see flaws in both of their behaviour. I can see flaws in Commander Westbrook because he is he's kind of dry and he's kind of abrasive, but he's kind of like the Cordelia of the crew. He says it how it is, and he's not afraid to hold back. Ermot is fairly sort of level-headed. You know, Dr. Duval, she's quite a good character. You know, So I don't get this. I really don't get how it's so difficult to write a crew that you like.
But first, we have work to do.
Right, we're going to tear this shuttle apart.
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Bear with me. I projected the wrong thing. Just bear with me. Got to project the capture card. There we go, that's better. I think they just want to be in the in-group. Most actors aren't too bright. Yeah, it's amazing, actually. Thinking about it. A lot of actors aren't very smart people. I mean, they're not physicists, they're not writers, they're not, you know, educated. I'm not educated. I would say I'm not educated. I'm just your average Joe. But a lot of actors are average Joes. And this is why it's so difficult to look up to some actors. Now, you take Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example. His political views and the way his point of views on a lot of things, I don't agree with. I don't agree with that. But you have to respect Arnold's story. He was a bit of a womanizer, fine, and that's what he did. But it was a different time. His story, where he came from and where he ended up, is amazing, really, and the entertainment value that he has. He's a lousy actor, really. If you think about it, he's just an action hero. Is he going to write a book on particle physics? No. Is he going to approach anything with any kind of educative value? Probably not. But he's a damn fine action hero, actor. And you can say the same thing about a lot of actors. Now, Kevin Spacey's obviously been through some troubles, and and so on and so forth. But I always said this, whether he was guilty or not, and he's been found not guilty. And interestingly, it's been proven that Anthony Rapp lied, the guy who plays Stamets. It's so far as I've read. Allegedly, he lied. Shocking, isn't it? But going on to back to Kevin Spacey. Do I think I'd like Kevin Spacey as a person? No, probably not. I don't know him. I only know the characters that he portrays, and I know that he does a bloody good job of portraying those characters. Do I care about his political beliefs? No. Do I care what he thinks about the LGBT community? No. Do I care about any opinion that he has? No. Because he is an actor. And as Gary from Nerdrotic says, you are adult pretenders. That's all you're there to do. You're meat puppets for the story. You are not important. The fact that all these celebrities, and I hate these people that are so high and mighty, they think they can tell us how to live. Well, I just think I just care a little bit more about the environment than all of you people. And you should give up your conveniences. Fuck off. No, fuck off. You have absolutely no right to tell us what to do or what you think, because you're not important. The only reason you have this false sense of importance is because more people know you than know me. That's it. That's the only thing that makes them special. They still go on to the great white telephone to God and take a dump. They still go to sleep with a headache. They still wake up feeling groggy. They, if it weren't for the fact that they were famous, they would probably be working in the local warehouse. You don't know. we are all just people. The fact that they deem themselves more important is because so many people know them. That's the only difference. Now, some celebrities you like because the way they portray themselves in interviews. Some you dislike because the way they portray themselves in interviews. But you don't really know these people. I don't know Nana Visitor, and I don't know her, how she thinks, what her morals are, good or bad. I don't know. I don't know Robert Beltran. I don't know Kate Mulgrew. I grew up wishing that I did. But you're not getting to know these people, you're getting to know the characters that they are portraying. My biggest example, I know I'm going off on a bit of a rant here, but my biggest example of that is Patrick Stewart. For years, and years, decades in fact, I had this overwhelming respect for Patrick Stewart. And for the things he would say, his decorum, his presence as a person. And I wanted to meet him. I wanted to meet him and sit down and have a cup of tea with Patrick Stewart. It was one of my things. That's one of the things that I wanted to do for a very, very, very long time, many years of my life. But after Star Trek Picard and seeing what he did with that and how he tried to inject his own point of view and his own traits onto Captain Picard, the missus says, "Oh, there's a meet and greet with Patrick Stewart down in London, end of this year, beginning of next year, wherever it was. I don't know. Do you want to go?" And I said, "No." She says, "I can get you tickets right now. We can go, or you can go." I said, "No." I said, "I don't want to meet him because I realised in that moment I'd be meeting Patrick Stewart, not Captain Picard. And in some ways, the way he's portrayed now, you'd never meet Captain Picard. So, yeah, I turned down an opportunity to go and meet and greet Patrick Stewart because I don't really. There's nothing there for me anymore. He's not the person I thought he was, and you'll find that with a lot of celebrities. You don't know them. You don't know who they are as people. We'd all like to have in the 90s. We'd all like to have got together with Jennifer Aniston, but there's no guarantee that you'd like Jennifer Aniston as a person. Yeah, she was bloody attractive, but you don't know her as a person, and that's the whole point with Star Trek. All these actors are saying what they, saying what they think, and criticizing anyone who doesn't think the same way as they do. However, they are adult pretenders. Their job is to entertain, and that's what a lot of them tend to forget. Their job is to entertain. My job is to build machines. I build machines. I don't entertain. Well, hopefully I do doing what I do on this channel, but I don't get paid for this. I'll be honest with you, I see very, very little from this channel. It's not even enough to buy a freaking beer with at the moment. I don't get paid doing this. I try to entertain because it gives me a little bit of something fun to do, and hopefully something fun for you to watch. But my job is to build machines, and these actors' jobs are to entertain. Doesn't mean that they are more important than you. It just means more people know them. Now, that was a bit of a mad tangent to go on, wasn't it? Sorry. I'm here to play a game. I just went off on a mad tangent. Dwight Schultz has also been unpersoned. I met him at a con 20 years ago. He was nice, but came out as conservative in the following years. See, what's the problem with being conservative? What's the problem in being left-leaning? What's the problem in being a centrist? There's no problem with your political views or your own. It shouldn't determine how it is for you to get a job or something like that. I'll happily buy you a drink for your service. Oh, thanks, mate. Air Force Max. Wow. What was that a wow for? The game? I think the game. Let's carry on with the game before I get into trouble. Oh. Touchscreen is a bit weird. Begin diagnostic. Look at this. How cool is this?
So, I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a priority one.
Yeah, sorry.
right
I
after
just
your
going on a few random
I'm
rants. I
happy
do
for you.
apologise.
Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy
Look
if
on
you
his
tried
face.
this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
That's not gonna happen, okay? And why are you even
Just
going
another
here?
watch
You haven't even
nerd.
gone on
A
a date?
$5 super
I
chat.
just want you to know
100%
where I
Dangerman. Here's a coffee on me. Thank you very much
like
for
my
that.
friends and I like my group.
That's very, very,
I don't want to lose that.
very, very nice of you. Thank you so much.
Is that thing done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along
That's
the
brilliant.
primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS
very
overload from the
kind.
warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh.
Dead
Maybe
in
the
the
ship's data recorder can
water.
tell us something.
Oh, back to my job now. Data recorder. Hey, there you go.
Here.
Oh, something happened.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
I'm doing analysis. It's great. Where am I going? Oh, warp field
Warp
inversion.
field became inverted suddenly.
Oh, Zell, you shouldn't have. $4.99
throws a
super
bulk
chat.
code.
Here's a pint.
Still,
Thank
we
you,
should take a
Zell,
look.
but you really shouldn't have. Appreciate it though. Wow. There we go. Warp cascade
There was a
failure.
complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
I do love you guys, by the way. Everyone who subscribes to my channel and enjoys my content, I think you're great. And those who don't enjoy my content, I think you're great too, because you've got an
It means the
opinion,
main navigation array
and you can
lost
leave
sight
your
of space
opinion,
somehow.
and
With the array going
move on.
offline
That's
caused that?
absolutely fine. I love
Yes,
that. I love
but it should have
that
also
people
thrown a fault code.
interact with this channel.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Let's
ma'am.
roll forward.
So
Boom.
here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There.
This
the relays
is
blowing.
amazing. I love it so much.
And look,
Whoa.
there's another warp system alert.
What happened there? Another
They're
warp
all the
system
same.
alert.
Subspace
Alert.
variance out of tolerance or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp
Dun,
cascade failure.
dun, dun.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this.
I want to
One of these
check
systems is likely broken.
the warp coils, because I
I'll
want to
check
see the
themselves
warp
for a
coils.
cracked coil.
You guys rock. You really do. I'm talking to you guys commenting. To equip your or holster your tricorder. Get to use a tricorder. I'm so happy. Oh no, I don't want exit. Oh. Oh, there you go. So, I wish I could afford a super chat to cover your therapy costs after Discovery Season 5. Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, I wish I could afford the therapy myself. But I can't. aren't. Oh my god, that's a tricorder, and I'm using it. Can I scan her? I can scan her! I'm not being pervy. I kept going, you see. I'm sorry, but I just have to do this. I'm scanning with the tricorder. I'm so geeky, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's a sorry, not sorry kind of thing. Tricorder scanning. Right, let's see. Warp coils. Again, just thought, you know. I can move around. I thought I could only stand on the spot. Use a deep scan, L1 and R1. Oh, it's a cycle. Static field. In their standby state, warp coils produce a residual electromagnetic field. No deviations detected. This would make an interesting VR game. Yes, it would. You know what? I recently picked up very, 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 very cheap a PSVR. Not number 2, because that costs the price of a house. But yeah, PSVR. And I got Star Trek Bridge Crew. I think it was free on the network or something. It was just nowhere near as good as this. And this would make a very interesting VR game. Sinusoidal coil cluster. The center coils guide the warp field through its focal event, meaning a collimated thrust vector. No fractures detected. Hey, you're learning a little bit. Polyferronide depositions. Or depositions. The leading coil shows evidence of routine maintenance to repair micro abrasion from neutrino interactions. Okay. Nice! That was a cool bit of tricordering.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Oh. I think.
Hey.
When this game's completed, should I do a review of this game?
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work.
I used to get.
The captain and the others will be here any minute now.
I used to get quite a lot of comments on my earlier videos, and it was a lot of comments saying that I'm always negative, and that I see everything in a negative point of view. And this game is proof that I just don't. I mean, the Orville reviews that I did were proof as well, but I'm not negative. This is perfect. It's not perfect. It's imperfect, but it's perfect. Because it's imperfect and because it's done with love. Oh, I love this game.
Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
I always got time for you.
I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
No, that's more accurate.
Her eyes look a bit funny.
You, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
Phaser jockeys.
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
What? He's got... that other guy's got very shiny hair.
Don't want to miss your train.
Choo-choo.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now.
Should I kiss her? It's unprofessional.
More important things on my mind.
I'm not gonna kiss her.
Go on. Do your job.
It's unprofessional.
I'll be right here waiting for you when you get back.
You better be. Be seeing you.
And I'll be seeing you too. Yeah, baby. Nice.
Etzelar de Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh,
take
real
it out of the shuttle. Throw it on the bench.
Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data,
Listen to the
we'll know it.
hum.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running.
Oh, wow. Getting giddy again.
Same.
Oh, I'm
Warp
getting
field
goosebumps.
inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Yeah, baby, manual control.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapse. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
I think something fishy's going on here. They can't go to warp. Nice. I think, game-wise, I think that's where I'm going to leave it now. I will stick around for a bit of a chat. But I am going to leave the game there, because that seems like a logical stopping point. I assume that has saved. I'm going to leave that there, and I will do another stream, and we'll continue these because I really want to keep playing this, and I won't play it off screen either. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave the game. So like I said, I will stick around for a bit of a chat. Just bear with me. Oh, I've disappeared. Now I've reappeared. Aha, I hit the wrong control. So let's make me a little bit bigger. There you go. Nice and big. So yeah, I'll stick around for a bit of a chat. I can't let this stream go on for too long. It has been over 2.5 hours. And just deal with a few more of the chats before I go on talking. I still think you should read and review the Star Trek New Frontier book series. It honestly, it's the TV show we never got. I may have a look at that. Absolutely. It's so annoying when infantile people call me a hater just because I don't settle for crap. I've loved Star Trek since I was a kid, and I just hate that modern creators don't understand it. And I think that's so true. They don't understand it at all. They don't get it. And I think the animated tribute that they did recently, I saw Dave Cullen's video. Again, they don't get Star Trek. They don't like Star Trek. They don't like anything that they're doing. And I am really reluctant to, so I might not. I might do it. I might not. I don't know. To watch is it the 50th anniversary of the animated series? I know that they did a live show of that as well. I didn't stream it simply because the last time I did that, my channel got a copyright strike on it. But yeah, I can't say I'm massively a big fan. I've had the same issue. I've received abuse just for trying to give honest critique that isn't based on hate. It's out of love for a franchise and wanting it to succeed. What I think the problem is you are deemed a hater because you hate what it is they're doing, not what it is that came before. This is why narcissists, and that term is overused even by me, but it's accurate. Narcissists have taken Star Trek over. They now own Star Trek. And if you don't like what they do, you're the problem, not them. They're never to blame. They're never responsible. Now, I always think of Sonic the Hedgehog. When not suddenly gone mad or something. I always think of Sonic the Hedgehog when I think of what creators or what people who are working on an IP must do, and that's almost first and foremost respect the fans and respect the fans' opinions, because what they did with Sonic the Hedgehog and what they created was an abomination. It was horrific to look at. And the fans let them know that just what they thought, and they went, "Oh crap! We're so sorry. Give us some time. We'll work on it." And it actually became a hugely successful movie because they listened to the fans and they changed it to changed Sonic's appearance to something that was more accurate and more familiar. So they tried something, it didn't work. They had the personality and they were humble enough to say that they'd made a mistake. You don't see new Trek people doing that, do you? They go, "Why don't you like my piece of shit? It's a beautiful piece of shit. Why don't you like it?" Because it's not Star Trek. Well, it is. I've put Star Trek's name on it. And it's ridiculous. Let's have a look. I had the same issue. I've read that one. Strange New World show promised in season 1. Yes, Strange New World showed promise in season 1. Then this season was just dire. It would have been better in a way if it was bad from the get-go. Yeah, Strange New World was a funny one, wasn't it? Really. Yeah. Strange New Worlds, I think was a false promise, of course, but I think it was a ill-conceived promise to make, because they said it was going to be more like the Star Trek that you remember, but they only did it. I don't need to wear these anymore. They only did Star Trek Strange New Worlds because Discovery was doing so piss poorly. It was doing so bad. And Star Trek, the fans have a point of view of what Star Trek is, okay, and what Star Trek should be. And one of the biggest complaints was that it was non-episodic. It wasn't an episodic experience anymore. It was serialized, and it didn't work. Well, they took that as the number one complaint, and just says, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll make a show that retcons the original series, but we'll make it episodic. And in doing so, the first season they made episodic. The second season wasn't episodic. There was still a season-long arc. And although the episodes were self-contained, the very first thing you notice when you're watching an episode of Strange New Worlds Season 2 is previously on Strange New Worlds. That's not episodic. That's serialized television. You are needing facts and information about the previous episode to watch this episode. And you can't watch the episodes in isolation. So, yeah, it's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Really, really bizarre. Strange New Worlds was so disappointing. But what was surprising for me is the backlash that I got for it. And the backlash from people who say, oh, they grew up watching Star Trek. Now, I did have one... I will handle this. I've been meaning to respond to this particular individual. When he said that he didn't understand why I giving Strange New Worlds so much slack, so much grief, because he basically said I didn't understand. He didn't understand the way I rated things, and I say that something is not as bad as Discovery. About my feelings about Strange New Worlds, let me try and be perfectly clear when it comes to Strange New Worlds, and I'm apparently I'm not giving it enough praise, right? Strange New Worlds is bad Star Trek. It's my opinion now. Strange New Worlds is bad Star Trek. It is better than Star Trek Discovery, which is still bad. It's very, very bad. But if you imagine the scale of everything, the scale of review outcomes, Star Trek Discovery is very bad. Strange New Worlds is still better than Star Trek Discovery, but it's still very bad Star Trek. So, me saying that Star Trek Strange New Worlds is better than Star Trek Discovery is me not, and it's not me saying that it's good Star Trek. It's me saying that it's still bad Star Trek. It is still bad Star Trek. However you look at it, there wasn't a redeeming factor in the second season of Strange New Worlds. There just wasn't. There was no redemption for Strange New Worlds. It showed promise, but that promise was swiftly broken by the creators, and I'm surprised that people bought it. And I was maybe I was a little overly pessimistic about this first season of Strange New Worlds, and maybe I was a little harsh on it. But that was coming off the back of Star Trek Picard, and my God, that was terrible. And yeah, season 3 was better than season 2. But it was just a very intense shot of nostalgia. And that's pretty much all it was. It wasn't a story that needed to be told. It wasn't a story that needed to happen. It was an attempt to clean up a mess. And yeah, it proved a point that we kind of liked these characters. But we already had a send-off, and so did they. They didn't need another send-off. But yeah, people. There was one. Yeah, he's got his own channel. This person who left this comment, but he seemed to be criticizing me for criticizing Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, and saying that because I'm saying it's not as bad as Discovery, I must be saying that it's good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it is bad Star Trek. And it's not as bad as Star Trek Discovery, but it is still bad. And I have praised certain aspects of Strange New Worlds, so I don't understand where they're coming from. I have praised certain aspects of Strange New Worlds. Anson Mount does the best that he can. But he's good in a bad Star Trek show. You know? And Anson Mount is a waste in this show. He's a waste of talent. It's a waste of talent having him in this show. Strange New Worlds to me was uncanny valley that goes back to my skin suit analogy. These people only understand Star Trek on a very superficial level. Yeah, and they only present it in a very superficial way. Star Trek Discovery is dog's eggs. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is dog's eggs sprinkled with hundreds of thousands. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. You know, it's not good. And now that I've sort of broached that, I've been wanting to sort of talk about that for a while, and I don't know whether I put it as well as I could. But no, I mean, you know, much respect to the person who did leave the comment. You were unsure about my opinion. I thought I was very clear, but I hope that clears that up. Now, this game, I want to talk about this game. Because this game, was it not just a very wholesome Star Trek experience so far? I mean, we're barely into the game. In fact, I wouldn't even say that we've completed Act 1 of the game. That's all the setup. Now we're on the mission. That is a brilliant game. And it is very loving, isn't it? Very loving to Star Trek. As a franchise, it's got all the nuances that Star Trek has, all the tech talk, and all of the technology. Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, it's got its problems. It's a little glitchy at times, and it's a little jumpy. So, Star Trek Online as an experience isn't fluid. It's a narrative-driven game, and it's very, very good so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I care about the characters. Again, I'm getting to know the characters, you know, and they're all opinionated. They all have their own opinions, but they're professional with those opinions. And like I said, if this game was a Star Trek Discovery game, I wouldn't give a crap, and if it was written in a Star Trek Discovery style way. Now, what they could do is write a story about Star Trek Discovery, do a game like this, but actually write it really well. And if they did that, then that will be proof that Star Trek Discovery is bad simply because of the writing, the aesthetics, the lighting, the the stories of the show. Discovery had nothing interesting to say, but this is an episode of Star Trek. And I'm curious to see where it goes, but unfortunately, I can't spend all afternoon playing this game. the stream's already been nearly 3 hours, and I hope you've been really, I hope you've enjoyed it, because I've enjoyed doing it, and I will be back to do, to continue it. I don't know when. I'll try and schedule it in. I'll try and see where I've got some spare time. Maybe do one evening, but bear with me on that one, because I'm exhausted in the evenings. I don't have an awful lot of time to play games. But yeah, I unless anybody's got any other questions for me or anything else that they want to say, don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Zell, the game has the heart of old Trek and embodies everything we love about the universe. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I completely agree. It does embody quite a lot of what made classic Trek special. Brilliant. I think, to be fair, I'm probably going to end the stream there, and I'm going to say a huge thank you to the guys who super chatted. That's just absolutely amazing. Super chat revenue gets clumped into all of it, so I better get working if I want to get paid for that. But thank you so much for those very kind donations. It's very it really you don't have to do it, nobody has to do it, but it is always lovely to get your support in that manner. So thank you very much. And I hope that you all look after yourselves. And if you're watching this stream post live, then just know that I love you all. I think you're all fantastic. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea and get on with my day. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Hopefully that will be very soon. Until then, please look after yourselves, look after one another. You take care, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave more comments. I shall be still reading them in the background. So until then. Oh, mate, you didn't have to do that. I was just about to end the stream. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Thank you, sir. Enjoy your weekend. A $5 super chat from Just Another Watch Nerd. You are brilliant, all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Just Another Watch Nerd. Jackie Dozes. I don't think I'm going at all. I'm just going to stay and read some more comments, apparently. I will stay a little bit longer. Jackie Dozes. There, catch you later, UK Dangerman or UK DM. Thank you very much, Jackie. It's always good to hear from you. And it's good to hear from you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am going to end the stream there. All right. Take care, guys, and I will see you soon. Hope I might just do a random live stream where I talk to you all, but we'll see. All right. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.